All right, yo, it's your boy Yoshi Kid Neo, and we are back in the world of Boridil, the ruination of Boridil. And today the party's going to be talking to a couple of people. They're going to be talking to Lord Saxon. They're going to meet a couple other hunters that are in the area, and then I'm almost certain they start their journey to go and meet one of the hags right after. So depending on how long the RP goes, I might try to drag out the navigation portion of them getting from point A to point B, because there will be a monster that fights them inevitably in the middle. I just don't know which one it's going to be. I've got 3 that I'm ready to use, but I don't know which one I want to use. I might actually be making some or getting monsters ready to roll as I think about which ones I want them to fight while I'm scrolling through the Monster Hunter handbook. So that should be pretty fun. And to preface, Gerald is no longer going to be playing with us. He decided that he was going to just go ahead and leave the campaign. So we're down to 4 people, and we'll probably end up keeping it to 4 people, see how this works for pacing and things like that. But if the dynamic gets to where it's not really working and we need another person, we've got a couple folks in mind. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into recap.
They're announcing that they're about to announce, hey, I'm gonna release this like tomorrow. And then the day they're about, like the day after they got completed, Jagex was like, hey, no third party like high definition files. And the guy who, and the guy who like literally spent like the last 2 years on it, like worked like 2,000 hours on it, just literally got it done the previous day. They shot that down.
Oh my god, that sounds like Bethesda and this modders remaking like Morrowind on Skyrim.
Oh, did that get shot down too?
Yeah, the Oblivion one's still good, but that Morrowind,
the Skywind one,
the Morrowind remake on Skyrim.
Yeah. Is it called Skywind or something?
Yeah, Skywind.
Yeah.
And then now it's Skyblivion, and that one's still good.
Interesting.
But do you remember how they used to let riot back in the day in the game?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So like they get a Falador and just up their cannons and like just like scream, or if you did play members, like you can get this one cannon item that like rotate. But basically, yeah. So yesterday, it's been going on for like the last like 30 hours. People just kind of going into Falador and kind of making the game like unplayable if you're in that exact area, because there's like 500 people like or plus in one little area, and you can barely even like walk around.
That sounds awful,
dude. And I was actually thinking about playing RuneScape again recently.
Yeah, and now like there's damage control because the Chinese own the game now, and I guess like some higher up CEO just like no third party client because we may make our own one day, possibly. And
air quotes.
Yeah. And after like a day of rioting, people, I guess they heard them, and then they're like, "Oh, we will be working on with the guy who made this HD like mod and integrate it until we make our own." So that's probably going to mean, hey, we'll make it like a page feature or something stupid. They're gonna fuck it up, or they're gonna like say, you can use this feature, but it has to be in our.
How we doing,
client,
Philip? What's going on, my man? We're just getting started. About to do recap.
The other third-party clients out there. So
lovely.
So apparently, it like I don't really like use Reddit at all, but apparently it hit the front page the other day.
I'm gonna look this up right now.
Well, it hit the front page of like r/all. So isn't that like all the subreddit pages put together? But the most popular one out of yeah. So and the most popular like upvoted like post on that site for the Reddit one or the old school Reddit is like saying the guy from the project saying, "Hey, yeah, they shut me down. Sorry, guys." Everyone's just like spastically just going, "You can't do this."
Oh my god.
Okay. So, let's see. Last time we left our group, you guys had gotten to the encampment. known as Gamderal. It is the dwarven settlement on Dinosaur Island. World map real quick. Best to do recap here, I think. But anyway, you guys are at Gamderal, which is the dwarven settlement on Dinosaur Island. Once you got here, Whitlock told you guys that he would show you around real quick. The main place, though, was that he needed to go to the Hunters Association in order to turn in his bounty for the Nargacuga, as well as the bounty on the Basil Geese. And while he was doing all of that, you guys would be able to sign up to become members of the Hunters Association and go about starting hunts and things like that if you wished. So, yeah, you dropped off the Basil Geese and the Nargacuga in the shipping area. You followed Whitlock to the top portion of Gamderal, and the settlement itself is built around a split in the cliff. The split provides enough space for the airships to be stored, as well as small homes to be carved out of the side of the cliff and lived in. And then on the top is where most of the main locations are set. So the Hunters Association, the tavern, the workshop, things like that. The moment you guys walked inside of the Hunting Association and Whitlock had turned in the Basil Geese, everybody had gone quiet after he started to tell of your heroism in defeating this creature that's apparently been taking out hunters for the past few decades. It doesn't happen very often, but it's a very sad day when it does. And the guild is very, very appreciative of your work. And it actually got you a private audience with the leader of Gamderal, a gentleman named Ignatius, which I will bring quick. Ignatius is a sturdy dwarf. Even though, despite his older age, he's still built like a brick house. I don't really know how to describe it without being too descriptive. But Ignatius invited you all to his chambers, and from there, he started to talk to you about the ins and outs of the Hunters Association, what it means to be a hunter, and the rules that come along with it. And then he offered you all a chance to join, and you don't have to do a trial or anything because of your defeat of the Basil Geese. And you would start at A rank, where most folks start at D rank, or sometimes C rank, depending on how their trial goes. You all accepted, and you were given a really hefty platinum card that was inscribed with your signature, and your rank was stamped in the middle of it. From this moment forward, you guys were all a part of the Hunters Association, and you were allowed to take A rank contracts or less in order to further the investigation that the dwarves have been doing here, as well as the other settlements should you choose to go and help them out. From there, Ignatius released you all, and you headed back downstairs where Whitlock was waiting for you. He handed all of you a sack of gold. Each of you get 100 platinum apiece, but Kai declined his portion, and we'll just say that Whitlock kept it. And then from this location, you were told...
It's actually in my inventory.
Yeah,
go ahead and delete it.
Split it between the rest of us.
Or...
What?
So is that 100 platinum each?
He gave it to me.
He gave it to all of us.
And I'm retconning since he left the group at the last minute. The reward was meant to be 100 platinum apiece. No
So
more.
You're taking away his last legacy.
Yeah.
I am. That's what he gets. I'm just joking.
Oh, we'll remember.
Harsh.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do, Joe?
Oh, we can do a lot.
Oh, okay.
You guys will be fine with 25 platinum less. So, yeah, I didn't add it to your sheet, Jeff. So add 100 platinum pieces.
Yeah.
And then Whitlock kept the other 100 because Kai said he didn't want it, which Whitlock thought was weird, but he didn't argue. And then I believe it was Trina had said that Ignatius told you guys to go straight to the Artificer before they close. So he took you over there to the workshop known as R.R. Workshop. He let you guys go in, and you were met with a voice, very deep and very bone-chilling. But it called out, calling themselves Nimra, the Eternal Fire. And they had asked you what you were doing there, and you guys had told them, and they sent you Wrench, the Artificer, who came out and is a kobold that has a prosthetic arm that's essentially pretty much like a go-go gadget as well. The hand and the fingers can all shift into various tools that he needs whenever the call arises. But Trina, you gave him your little voucher from Ignatius, or maybe it was a letter, I don't exactly remember, but regardless, he looked it over, and then he went behind the shelf and produced you a new item. It started out as a golden cylinder of sorts, no bigger than your thumb. But as you touched it, you felt this magical surge through your fingertips, and it started to morph into this tiny little contraption shaped like a bee, and it started to fly around. And after studying it for a little bit, you figured out what its properties were, and it's essentially a mechanical version of Healing Word. So you have that now, a little bee that flies around you. The only difference between this thing and the actual Healing Word is that this thing can be targeted and hurt, so watch out.
Put it
From
back
there,
in the...
I mean, it is the cylinder, but you could like essentially
okay.
put it in your pocket.
Yeah, I'll just like put it in my bag of holding so it's semi-safe. Wait, can it go in the bag of holding, or would that cause issues?
It can go in the bag of holding. It just, I believe it to pull anything out of the bag of holding is an action specifically.
Oh, that is an action. Okay, so then I'll just put it in my robe pockets? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever pockets I have.
That works.
Like you said.
So from there, Whitlock showed you guys to the tavern known as the Blue Bullet. And as you guys sat down, Whitlock ordered a round of drinks. And a familiar voice came by and made a really funny blank, blank, and blank walk into a bar. And it was your good friend, Lord Saxon Carlisle. And that is where we will start today's session, with you guys sitting down with, what's his name? Whitlock. And Lord Saxon is currently standing at the edge of your table. We'll put, actually on your way, we're going to retcon a little thing. On your way to the Blue Bullet, Kai claimed that he wanted to turn in early. He didn't feel like drinking tonight or anything like that. So Whitlock pointed him in the direction of the inn where you guys would have a place to stay for becoming new members of the guild, especially because the guild sees you as heroes. And Kai went over there. And that is how we will start this session off without Kai. So, you guys are currently at a table. Your drinks are being brought to you. And you have Lord Saxon Carlisle standing there. Well, how has it all been? It's been, what? I feel like it's been a 10 days since we last saw each other. Has it been that long? I promise I haven't been counting.
I blankly stare at him and look to the rest of the group and back at him, and I just sigh, like this deep.
Yeah, Philip, so far,
sigh.
so good. We had one member leave the campaign at the end of last session.
Same.
So we got to kind of recover that, but
It's been a while.
I'll assume
Carlisle.
the blank is probably some stars that you sent, so I very much appreciate that. Thank you.
You were
Mrs.
right about one thing. The
And that
negotiations were
is?
short.
Oh yes, it seems that way. I've saw your portraits all over the Empire, and I thought that's a little strange. So I decided to see where you were, and it was only a few days ago that I realized that you were here, Dinosaur Island. Or at least that you would be. So I booked a ticket, and I got here as fast as I could, in hopes of being able to rendezvous with you so we could talk more about my proposition, because I never got an answer.
How did you even know we were going to be here?
He sees the future, remember?
I just.
He saw, he knew you were going to ask that question.
You're quite right. I did know that you would ask.
Yeah, you're right. It's hard to believe sometimes.
You're not here to deliver us to the Empire and then get the money for us.
I don't need money. I need resourceful people. So why would I sell you all out, even if it is a high price?
Oh, it is a high price? Oh, lovely.
Yes, I've heard that it's almost nearing 500 platinum pieces per head. I don't know what you all did when you went to Bleakbell, but you severely angered Gower. Whitlock, at this point, sort of shifts in his chair. I feel like you all got some business that is more private, so I'm gonna go ahead and just sit at the bar for a little while. If you need me or when you're ready to head out, go ahead and just let me know. Oh, a new friend of yours? Has he been told of you're all being wanted folk in the Empire?
Now sit.
Not gonna lie, this is the first time we've all been wanted.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, they want Thorpe for being a demon worshipper. They want Kai for being a demon. They want Trina because, well, she's associated with you, Lloyd. And that's the same that they want Three-Toed Jim. You all assaulted some mage hunters, I heard. And they were not
assaulted
happy.
Assaulted is a strong word.
Aye, well, I agree. I don't believe, because I saw the aftermath of that battle, and it looked like they were about to kill you all, I'll be honest.
Well, I was definitely gonna take one of them with me if that was the case.
You thought you were going to take one. I don't think you've heard of the Children of Kasuth, have you?
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Yes, they are probably, perhaps, maybe, the best mage hunters that the Thurian Empire has ever been able to associate themselves with. But the thing is, they don't do things on the Thurian Empire's own terms. They like to get the details from the folks that they're hunting, and most of the time they let them go because the Thurian Empire is more fanatical than they are. So I'm assuming you said something to piss them off, and they thought, Maybe you had committed whatever atrocities that they were told. What did you tell them, may I ask? Also, may I have a seat and join you all for a few drinks?
I feel like our consent is irrelevant, so
I
sure.
think you already know that answer.
And as you're saying that, Lloyd, he does sit down right next to Trina. Oh yes, your friend Whitlock warmed this up quite well. Very comfortable seating they have in this establishment. What a fine place. So yes, what exactly, because like I said before, my powers are very limited in that I can see what happens, but I don't get a general feel of what's said. I'm still not really good at reading lips, after all.
What,
You can only see, you can't hear?
Well, correct. It's like watching a silent film.
So,
And yes, that's
Interesting.
from the future. An artificer makes it, in I think the next 50 years.
real quick question. What was your proposition again? Just remind me before we get into details about what we've been up to.
Oh, yes.
Also, what did we say to those guys? Probably something like "fuck you" or something. I don't know.
I just I want to see his answer. I want to hear his. I need a little update, a little refresher on what he wants from us again.
It's been a long couple days.
My proposition, as you have unfortunately
Oh, it was to
failed
kill
to recall.
Gower. Oh.
No, that was my warning to show you my sign of good faith. My proposition was that we become a team. I would tell you the things that I see in your futures, and you would go and act on them, take care of business, and that we would be able to essentially accomplish whatever task it is that you want. We could get Thorpe whatever his research requires. We could end this war and this debacle that Trina is investigating. We could find these stones that Lloyd wants, and we could find every single family member, and the toes if you wish, for Three-Toed Jim. And Kai, I don't honestly remember, but I saw that he's red now. What does that mean?
He's been quiet lately. I don't know if...
A little possession here or there, you know.
Oh, he's possessed, you say?
Seymour's talking.
Seymour's talking?
I don't know if you heard Charlie bark
No, I
really
did
loud
not.
right by me. Oh.
Yes, but I would give you the information you seek, and you would carry out the tasks, of course, and then you would do something for me.
Okay.
And my first sign of good faith was to tell you that Gower would be your demise.
Did
Which
we escape
Real help.
that?
That one.
Or is it still
I
in
don't-
our future?
Well, I mean, I believe he's still after you. Otherwise, your portraits would not remain in the Thurian Empire.
true enough.
Even if Gower were to lose the scent or lose interest in subduing you, Lloyd, I believe the children of Kasuth feel that they have been insulted and embarrassed, maybe, that you all were able to escape, but that is all thanks to whatever that friend is that you all made, the one with the mask. Very
Friend is
powerful.
a strong word.
Oh.
I
I
mean,
feel
So,
like
a
with
new
little bit of
acquaintance.
luck, we had them. If I'm being honest, at least taking out their leader. He was unconscious, and I was right over him. So
Yes, but I don't believe you understand the powers that the children of Kasuth are given by their god. You see, they are immortal.
come again.
Yes.
good to know. So
When
next
they
time we come
die,
across
they
them, we will
reincarnate.
Order them, not kill them, and they'll just be little limbless people, and they won't be able to do anything.
I don't believe it works that way. Even though you may take off their limbs, their god will bless them with new ones. Yes,
Like
they
lizard?
are.
So we have to kill the god.
That
No.
will do it. In fact, I like that idea a lot. Oh, this is gonna be good. I only kid though. I only kid.
New quest found.
Slay a god. The god of
New
fire.
quest unlocked.
Oh, all we need is the god of water, and we got this.
I don't know about that.
All jokes aside, though, yes, killing Kasuth might do it, but good luck. Especially at the fact that, you
He's a
all
god.
almost died to, I believe it was an elder sea hag. What was her name again? I remember reading about it.
Her name doesn't matter.
Well, it very well might. You didn't actually kill her. Or did you forget?
I don't know. I'm so confused. I trapped someone's soul in this axe.
That is
Hey,
true.
Shaggy Vanessa?
Ah, Shaggy Vanessa, that's the one. Yes.
So whose soul do I have?
Lord
Rusty Mac.
Carlisle looks at you and shrugs. I don't really understand what it is you're referring to. You can steal souls now.
I don't know. I haven't quite fully figured out this thing, but I killed someone. Oh, that's right. I killed I don't know.
May of the rusty
It-
variety.
We were in like a different plane, and I don't even know what happened.
It was that was an interesting time. I think a lot of us have tried to
yesterday.
forget that.
So we're okay. So Carlisle, just what exactly do you want with us again? If we're gonna help you, like that's you're vague on what you want from us.
He wants us to do things for him, and in return, he's gonna look in our futures so that we can do things.
I get that, but like, how does it benefit you?
Well, it would benefit me greatly, that's how. I don't know exactly, because I don't know exactly what I want. I guess it really depends.
Kind of a strange thing for someone that can see their own future.
That's the thing, I cannot see much of my own, because it is forever changing.
Can't you say that about all futures, though?
Yes, but there are major events that don't go unchanged without you being informed about them. Much like the thing with Gawa. I believe because of my hint, you were able to escape his initial grasp, which has given you some extra time. Because, as I recall, I told you that it would be a matter of days, and you all were essentially disappeared. Erased from the future. But whatever you did, you gave him the slip for now.
For now.
So, okay. So you want to know what happened back in Bleak Bell then?
Yes, please. Oh, and this round and the next, actually the whole night, I will take care of the bill. The barmaid is waiting on the side of one of the tables, and Saxon waves her over, and she brings over some drinks and some food as well, just like appetizer style. And please, if you're all hungry, I'm understanding that you've had a long day. A Naga Kuga and a Basilisk, all in one trip, all by accident.
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's kind of surprising. Well, let's talk about us leaving Kriach and whatnot.
Yes, I would love to hear every single detail. And he takes a sip
We
of
actually
his
want to tell
ale.
Carlisle everything.
Well, I feel certain things.
To be honest, Trina, I've seen it all. But I love to hear the stories be recounted. Not to mention, I think the patrons around here want to know more about their heroes. And if you take a look around, a lot of people have started to whisper to each other at their tables. You just now started to realize that the tavern has quieted down quite a bit. It was pretty quiet before, but now it's almost like you can hear a pin drop. And everybody's like... You wouldn't call it what?
I wouldn't call it heroic. I would say we're trying to survive.
Survival.
We keep running into things that keep trying to kill us, and somehow we keep surviving.
I'm trying to kill.
I just want to be left alone.
But do you, Lloyd?
Yes. Yes. But okay. Well, you already spilled the beans on how much our heads are worth, so that's... If people can't do anything...
But lucky for you, the dwarves and the Thurian Empire are only allies because of necessity. Okay. Otherwise, I don't believe any dwarf here would care for the Thurian Empire to launch any type of assault on you all while you're within the walls.
That's good to hear. Okay, so I guess after leaving, going to Krayot, leaving Krayot, sort of lost our cart. We kind of had to do a little switcheroo. We get to the port. What was it called again? The Namate?
Yeah,
Namate?
Port Namat.
Namat.
It's been a while since we've been there, so but
and I may have inadvertently revealed ourselves in the bar
with a mending spell, nonetheless.
Yes.
Quite hilarious. You are a very silly one, Lloyd. I'll give you that.
Not my proudest moment, but that happened. What else happened?
Hey, we didn't have to pay for the table.
That is true. Didn't have to pay.
Always looking at the bright side.
But aside from that, Gower's men found us. I had to, well, Gower's men found us. They brought us to see him. He laid a trap for us. I fell into it. He offered me a way of giving myself up, or him releasing me so he could hunt me later. I chose the latter, obviously.
Yes.
Everybody, I look over to our small friend, decided to say that I tricked them or wizened them into obeying me.
One of our smarter moves.
Yeah.
Of course.
What happened after that? Oh yes. After that,
Shark people.
we got on the boat. We left the next day. These shark creatures from this creature called Dagon appeared.
Oh, Dagon's still around.
You say it like we know who that is, but yes, I suppose.
No, of course you wouldn't know, but I've heard tales about the times before the Ruination. There was a demon incursion, something that happens, I guess, somewhat regularly in this world, and all worlds. And Dagon was one of the demon lords that invaded. Yet he doesn't seem to have been defeated, which means that he's still around, and who knows what that could lead to.
Oh dear.
I might have to look into that one for my own safety.
Shouldn't there be worshippers of Dagon? That doesn't mean he's still here.
Yeah.
That's true.
We never actually saw Dagon. We just saw people who.
I thought you did.
Him.
And I was quite frightened because I did not see that on your travels, but
No.
perhaps maybe I skipped a bit.
I have a feeling if we ran into Dagon that we wouldn't have walked away from that one.
Yeah.
I have the same feeling, Drina. But here you are.
Yep. After we fought off Dagon's followers, these weird shark people that are trying to take us prisoner. We met along the way on the boat trip. We met this individual that was working with Gower, or underneath of him technically.
Yes, Ricard.
Yes, he as you can see, he's not with us anymore. For some reason.
I remember seeing you all come out of a cave. I couldn't see what
Yes.
happened inside the cave, which means that you probably went to another plane for a while.
We were taken there, yes.
But you
And
came out
then,
with a body.
That is correct. There were
That's
these
whose soul I have.
there were these cultists there that followed this worm thing. And then after we, were told we had to go there to maybe free Rikarth or because he was being captured there, taken there, and potentially
Yes.
my stone would be there.
But you slayed him.
I did.
How did it
But
feel?
I mean, it wasn't good. I didn't particularly relish the idea, but I needed that stone, so I'm sure that I would get it.
No, he felt especially good about it.
If you make a character that uses that, I'm killing them as fast as possible.
What?
DJ Bard.
What do
Are
you
you
mean?
Yeah, you. That's
Is there
great.
a problem with my voice?
Oh yeah, yep. I will definitely kill them. I'm just joking, dude. That's great. That's
Please make a
hilarious.
bard that uses auto tune.
Yeah, and he's got to be a Warforged to make it better.
Don't worry, everybody. I'm gonna heal you with the power of dance.
Got Lucio over here.
Yeah.
Let's
fun.
break it down.
All right. Where were you at, Lloyd?
I was describing the
I'm
cult
already
we met,
transferred.
but I'm honestly forgetting the details. I don't know if I wrote all this shit down. I forget what the cult's called and everything else already.
You never got a name. All you know is that the person you spoke to that you or that told you that you help her and she can get you the stones and help you with your toes, Jim, is known as Lady Larva.
We know that there's a otherworldly entity out there, something similar to a god. They're trying to summon into our reality. There's going to be these I don't know, these equinoxes, these points in time where these stones I'm looking for are coincidentally going to be absorbing a lot of power, and they want to use these stones to open up portals to this other realm.
Oh
Upon
my.
it, and then after the ritual they were doing there was to try to open the portal, which they did succeed. I didn't know what would happen if I didn't try to get this, ensure the stone was safe. But afterwards, the stone became inert. But it seemed like they got the portal open for their own needs, and all of these creatures started to come through. And they threatened if we got in their way that the creatures would harm us, but currently they are not. They also said there's other portals they have to open up throughout the land, and they would appreciate our help in that, if possible.
Interesting.
I'm not exactly sure if I want to help them though, but they are in close relation to the stones I'm trying to get.
Well, it's easy. If you're trying to get the stones, then they are the possessors of the stones, or at least the possessors of the knowledge. You should feign working for them. Eventually, once you have what you need, stab them in the back. It's been done to me several times, and it's quite effective.
Yeah.
Sometimes, this seeing the future thing, I don't believe it.
But, then after I got my stone and then Lady Larva disappeared, we, left the vicinity, came back to, the town, and then these, followers of Kasuth were there, and, they put us under a circle of truth, which I had to kind of reveal, what we've been doing, so they wouldn't, execute us on the spot.
And that's what pissed them off, then?
No, it was the fact that I didn't give them the stone, is what made them angry.
Oh. Why would they want the stone?
They sensed this, energy, this corruption that came from the portal.
Interesting. Because you wouldn't give it to them, they felt that you were going to use that stone for evil. Now it all makes sense why they want you dead.
Yeah.
Because at first, I don't believe that they thought of you much of a threat in their eyes. But if you're working on bringing this foul being to our world, then yes.
I mean, I'm not trying to.
But they don't know that. You were dancing around the questions, it sounds like.
A little bit.
And I'll be honest, I believe at one point in time I was in a similar state. I was being asked questions and I eluded as much of the truth as possible. They did not like that, but luckily I was able to flee.
Oh, you had a run-in with the followers as well?
I've had many run-ins with the followers of Kasuth, but luckily having a residence in the Thurian Empire and not being on their official hit list, excuse me, they don't want it to be called that anymore. Their indoctrination list. I was given a pass while I remain within the city. Of course, if I leave, they are free to do whatever they wish if they find me, but so far, they have not been successful. But I believe they have other priorities. And this could be another thing we could do to work together. We could take down the followers of Kasuth, or at least make them think that they've taken us down, and then they'll leave us alone until someone slips up with the truth. Oh, this could be quite fun. I love a good fake death. So now, the followers of Kasuth and the Thurian Empire want you all dead.
Yes.
And you're still looking for the 7 toes, or I guess it's 6 now, of 3-toed Jim.
Yep.
Your friend Kai is red. Trina doesn't have any objective as of right now from her goddesses. And Thorpe is still undecided as to what to do. What a marvelous journey. I think we could write a book about this all. I could make a publishing house and we could spread it through the entire continent and we could make money.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
What happened to your voice?
Sorry about that.
Demon got your tongue? Oh, I slay myself. I'm hilarious. Why aren't you all laughing? Are we in a serious mood today?
A little bit.
Perhaps more drinks will help. And he holds
Perhaps.
up a finger and he does some sort of like signal to the barkeeper and he nods and pulls down a bottle from the very top shelf and grabs 5 glasses, all shot glasses, and brings them to the table promptly. Here, let's all take a shot together. I love shots. Reminds me of my college days.
Very well.
Good year, good year.
He pours one in each glass and holds up his.
To reunion.
To honor.
To money and power.
Oh boy.
Can't come inner, come honor.
I just look and just kind of shake my head.
That is hilarious. Rounds for everyone in the bar. I'm in such a good mood today. And then he takes his shot. Pours himself another and holds it up. Now, a proper toast needs all of us together. Trina, Lloyd.
Grab a glass.
My darling, please join us. One drink. If you are speaking, Kirsten, we don't hear you. No, we cannot.
Oofa. I think this calls for a dance.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
All right.
Jason Derulo. I was wondering why none of you were like. I swear to God, I thought you were all just ignoring me.
Oh,
What did you say?
No. Yeah, what have you been saying?
Just inserting my random thoughts, like tisking or Jimothy, do you kiss your wife with that mouth? And
Oh, he hasn't in many years.
Contribution was the Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo. Dude, this voice changer is lit.
Oh my God.
Which one
And then
did you
I
get?
told Carlisle.
Voice mod.
Okay.
I kind of whispered under my breath that Carlisle lied to me.
How did I lie to you, dear?
You told me Mal was in trouble.
Well, he was at one point, but he's safe now.
Smooth recovery.
Well, of course. I was only looking for some way to entice you into wanting my help, or at least my company for a while. And that seemed to be the easiest option for me, so I do apologize.
I guess you worried me for nothing, then.
Well, I was unaware. I've never looked into the future of your significant someone. Is Mal of major significance to you? Perhaps an old lover? Or current, maybe?
Oh, Carlisle, you're not going to get that answer from me.
Ah, but I already have, my dear.
Doubt it.
Someone has a crush.
You're hilarious.
Someone sitting in
No.
a tree. Fucking.
Now, cheers to the Obsidian Oath.
So what?
The Obsidian.
Jeff doesn't know that that's our team name yet.
Oh yeah, you guys got a team name. You can finally. When you guys were talking to Ignatius, he asked if your group had a name, and you guys were like, we do now. It's the Obsidian Oath.
Grumble.
Catchy, actually.
Yes, I don't exactly understand the origins of where it came from. Probably some random name generator of some sorts. But we will cheers to your livelihoods, your great success, and many blessings to come. And he holds up his glass, waiting for everyone to clink.
To the obsidian oath.
I just put my glass up and I don't
clink.
say anything though.
Hey man,
I clink.
like, an hour ago you loved it more than everybody.
Oh no.
You're the one that brought it up.
Yeah, it was your
no.
idea.
Does Trina take a glass for?
Yeah. She's been ready to do the cheers or whatever. So.
Okay. That was the part that we didn't know if Trina was into this.
No, she was joining in, but yeah, no.
Okay. So you all clink. He slams his glass onto the table, and it splashes a little bit, and then he takes his shot, or his second shot. Yes, and we're not leaving here until this bottle is gone.
Say what?
Don't be a lightweight, Lloyd.
What's
I've always wondered if wizards are as strong as their magic. I've heard that your bodies are frail, can't handle your alcohol. Is it true?
Oh no, here.
Or is it not true?
Hey, Lloyd, I heard you like to party.
No, I do not. I've never. I look all around the room, shifting like I don't know what you're talking about.
Let us have a good night tonight.
Did someone
Lloyd.
say party as I like kind of touch my nose?
I don't believe anyone has that here.
Oh, good, because I didn't want any.
As he
Good.
snorts.
So, now that you're here on Dinosaur Islands, I assume you're looking for Jimothy's toe?
Always
Yeah.
so curious, Carlisle.
Well,
That is
yes,
something.
I want this partnership to work. And if I don't display interest, I don't believe you'll take me up on my offer.
And yet, I wonder what kind of tasks you want to do. We already know the business that you get into.
Do you, though?
A little bit of it.
Because I don't think that bootlegging liquor is that much of an upset.
No, but we're not thugs.
And I would never give you a task to be a thug.
I will accept your terms as I'm not afraid to... We have people making deals with the literal devil. So you're not that bad.
So you mean to say I'm bad?
No, it's not
I
what
think
said.
he's saying whoever it is you serve is bad. And now that the cat is out of the bag, is it that bone devil that you summoned? Or is it someone greater in power?
That is a question I have for myself.
Oh? So you don't even know who it is you serve?
Oh, I do. But it's not for me to say in this exact location.
Very well. No, if we are to make this partnership work, I believe I have a task in mind. And it somewhat aligns with what it is you're already trying to do.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell us.
You're searching for one of the 3 hags that live on this island. I happen to wish to speak to one, but unfortunately I believe our last interaction left her wanting me dead. So I have a note, a poem if you will, for her.
A poem?
Oh.
Yes,
Confession
somewhat.
of love, Carlisle.
Perhaps not that depth, but a confession nonetheless. Since you're already heading in that direction, perhaps you wouldn't mind dropping it off to her.
Sure.
Now, is this you doing me a favor, or is this a partnership? Because if it's a favor, then I accept. And if it's a partnership, what would you like me to find out for you? So that once this is all done, you have new guidance.
Hold on. I look over to Jim. And to everybody else. Do we have any leads on where we want to go after this?
We have 2 leads, but they're pretty vague, so if you guys can think of nothing,
Well, Lloyd, what about you and the space cult?
I just need to figure out where the rituals are taking place, and I don't quite know. So
I
We'll
could
probably
begin,
find out along the way.
I
Say
could
again,
begin helping you. But do know that once I forego that information, we are partners.
I mean, I'm not opposed to being partners.
Well,
That's exactly what I wanted to hear from you.
I go where they go. So, if that means we're partners, then we're partners.
This is a very, very happy day. He pours himself another shot and takes it.
we could definitely use an ally since we're wanted by all the people that we're trying to actually be good for, you know?
Yes, it's funny how that all works, isn't it? Perhaps maybe you wouldn't be opposed to the idea of changing out that particular organization's leadership one day.
Oh, the
That sounds like a interesting proposition.
one Gower
Yes.
works for, you mean?
The one that Gower is a part of, yes.
I mean, I there's no doubt that it'll probably help the land, but I mean, is that something we even have access to do, like, in our scope?
He shrugs. It all really depends on how you would go about it. I believe everyone is capable of greatness.
And it also depends on who we talk to. Talk to the right people. Perhaps the job can be done.
Oh yes, if you have great allies, and somehow get them to owe you a great favor, it would be a piece of cake.
I say we grow the Obsidian Oath. Fill our ranks with strong allies.
Oh, an actual organization as opposed to just a group of mercenaries?
Ooh, we gotta think of like a cool ritual. Get like an obsidian dagger and they have to like
I am just shaking my head.
carve their eye out or something. That'd be so cool.
No.
I don't
Let's
think
start
that
a cult. Let's start a
mutilating your
cult.
followers would be a good idea.
I like my eyes where they are.
Yes.
How about like a fraternity? Give them a hazing period.
What?
Ah. Whips and chains or no?
Depends. I'm still thinking about it.
You really are a devil worshipper, aren't you?
I think of it more as a conspirer. We have similar interests. Me and the one that gifted me.
Well, there's a thought. Yes, but these are all very far down the line. I think we should start small. I'll help you grow your organization. In fact, I already have a group that would be loving to join you all. Especially because they fear you all so much already.
Cool.
Who'll fear us?
Yeah, what do you mean? What?
Well, yes, she murdered their innocent, drunken brethren.
Come again?
Oh wait, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Remember before Cassiel died? And you
I
all
kinda look at the
killed
group
those...
Like, excuse me, guys?
Oh.
Oh, they didn't tell you this? Oh, really hilarious story, actually, when you really think about it.
No, let's not get into that.
We've talked about this.
Oh. Yeah, when you straight up murdered those 3 people, or those 2 people.
We didn't murder them.
Yes, and then they stole the liquor that they didn't want me bootlegging, only to get it stolen from a goblin that they thought they were saving, but really it was all a ruse. And then they had the audacity to attack me with a griffin of magic. But I saw through that spell, and then Cassiel struck me. Might as well have pierced my heart, the pain that overwhelmed me. And then an actual...
to turn the whole village into cannibals.
Whoa! I never did such thing. I only spoke of hypotheticals.
Meat pies are hypothetical.
Exactly, and they were delicious.
When he found a finger in it.
Oh, so he has told you the story.
Yes.
Yes, it was a freak accident how that happened. And now that you look back on it, I assume you can laugh. I sure can. How is it that a chef accidentally chops their finger after decades of practice, and it happens to be the exact pie of the one person that would freak out about it?
Well, as a practitioner of the culinary arts.
Hi, babe. How are you?
Easy, surprisingly.
You've chopped off a finger, and he starts to look at your hands.
No, but I've witnessed a few.
Oh. My condolences to all those lost digits.
As Thor pours another shot.
And he takes one with you. Oh, before I get too faded, he reaches into his coat pocket and he pulls out a sealed envelope. Are you visiting all 3 hags or just one in particular?
With my luck, all 3.
Ah. Well, in that case, when you see Lilith Hart, and he hands it over to you, Jimothy.
Yes?
Well, hand that to her.
Oh.
I apologize. I forgot your background. Yes. Hand her that letter for me. She shouldn't be upset with you all. If anything, it might make her come after me. But I'll be fine if she does. I've dealt with her many, many times on many, many occasions. Some good, some really good, and some dreadful. 7 times they were dreadful. Also kidding, he doesn't say that.
So,
anything you can warn me about these hags? On which one?
They're all quite diabolical. Lilith is probably the most reasonable of them all. Elsbeth, I've never really cared for Elsbeth, to be honest. And Igwilv, well, good luck finding her.
Interesting names indeed.
Yes. Oh, and I forgot. They're all sisters. Don't bring them up to one another because they're all incredibly jealous of each other.
No strong family bonds there?
Oh no, in fact, quite the opposite. I think the whole reason that they all reside on the same island is because they living in close proximity makes it easier for them to kill one another.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, but they've been at it for who knows how long.
Do you think any of them are reasonable enough to pin them against each other?
They're already against each other.
No, but to like work with us.
Oh, well, yes, of course, but I will tell you right now, it won't be cheap. It also can't be bought with coin. Always favors with those folk.
The
I
odds
thought we'd
of
be doing
having
them
them,
the favor. Guess not.
the odds of having them join the Obsidian Oath, that would be interesting indeed.
In all honesty, I would do whatever it is to make that happen. Those would be very strong allies. A little bit of a loose cannon for each of them. And one of them would be a loose mega cannon, but that's far from the point.
Which one's the mega cannon?
I think you should find out for yourself. Could be fun, don't you think?
No, not at all.
Well, I'm not going to tell you either way. Ha 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 ha! Either way, have you decided perhaps what it is that you would like me to look into while you journey out to these hags and talk with them? Because that journey is going to take quite a bit. Also, Jeff, are you on the world map still?
I was. Let me pull it up again.
No. The only reason I say is because I see your little indicator there, so I didn't know if I somehow didn't bring you over to.
No, I clicked on it myself to go look at the map.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Neat. I didn't know that feature worked. I figured it did, but I'd never actually tested it.
Jess, can you write down the names of those hags for us?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Trying to actually keep better notes and stuff instead of having to ask you all the time. But we'll see how long that lasts.
So you've got Lilith Hart, Elsbeth. I gotta make sure I spelled this other one correctly. Oh, I did. Look at me go.
Memory like a god.
Those are the three that you guys were told about from the Archdruid. And you know that Lilith Hart lives in the Coral Highlands area. Elsbeth lives somewhere around the volcanic mountain. And Igwilv, you don't know where she lives, but she can be found in the Rotten Vale most of the time.
Okay. And I am not going to remember anything you just said. So
I have that written down.
Okay.
Too.
Wait, isn't that the whole point of taking the notes?
No, the fact that he just said it, and I look like I'm not gonna remember. I think you'd have to repeat that again.
Not fast enough.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I see. I'll type them out in the same order where they can be found.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, because I'm all tabbing in between stuff. I'm like,
Coral Highlands.
Apparently, I
then
can't
the
spell fucking
mountain.
coral.
And then the swampy spot.
Korel.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding. That's not how you spell coral, by the way.
It's Korril.
Correct.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. Perhaps maybe you could discuss or begin discussing what it is you would like me to begin researching in terms of your futures, so that after you find this toe on this island, you have a clear direction.
Wait, do you know what we're gonna pick already?
That wouldn't be fun, now would it? I'll be right back. And that's my cue to actually go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
I look around to you guys, I'm like, I mean, I know what I would say. But I mean, I got the last favor and look at how it, I was coming
Yes.
anyways.
We're here hunting monsters.
Well, I mean, I have a personal thing that I would like to have him look into, but
And what's that?
just information about my family / my father.
Well, I currently have nothing that needs to be researched. I have my orders.
Is this information about your family something that would lead to something we'd go do, or do you just want to know something?
It may or may not. So, I know you guys don't know a huge amount of my personal backstory, but one of the reasons why I serve the Morrigan is because they helped me protect my family after my father disappeared. And so, I don't know, if he's able to see the future, then maybe he might be able to see me finding my father at some point, or at least finding out what happened to him.
It's quite interesting. Astor pours himself another shot.
I'll take another one of those as well.
I pour her a shot as well.
Ah, we're
I don't-
continuing.
Yes.
Saxon.
Boyd, did you have anything?
Oh, just trying to find my stones, really. But I guess that can happen anytime. I'm being quite honest.
Stones are quite peculiar.
Yeah.
I must say, I am curious on what will happen once you find them all.
Well, hopefully, I can help free my people, or get out of thrall of someone else.
Did you delete your token?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think I did intentionally. Maybe it's on the other page.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I bet it's underneath one of the other tokens. There it is.
I tell you what, checking in on your dad sounds good, and finding your rocks. I just kind of want to stop my 8-year-old from being tortured every day. So, if you guys think that that's more important, then
Oh,
we'll go
This-
with your favor, I guess.
age-old guilt trip.
Yep.
Sounds about right. Which,
You
can't
have
blame you.
you have helped me a lot, so I understand. And besides, I also have 2 clues already.
If you wish, I could perhaps look into those clues and maybe find something that lines up with the rest of your group, giving you more of an incentive to go to those locations.
That is an option.
I mean, as
If what
guilty
you
as
all
I-
said about these stones being numerous and spread across, I'm almost certain that anywhere you go, perhaps the stones are also there.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
Mine's more of a selfish reason anyway. Technically, my family's safe as long as I serve the Morrigan, so.
Yes, true, but what if you could save your actual father?
If he's
What
alive.
if he, and he very well could be, and if he is, what if he could provide some great assistance to the Obsidian Oath? There's a thought.
Yeah, you see Thor raise an eyebrow, and while looking at Trina.
How about this? Could you look into our future at 3 locations, not necessarily, or 2 locations, not necessarily with a topic?
Usually a topic helps me to visualize exactly where it is I'm trying to perceive. Timelines and things are very tricky when delving into them. And I'm not able to do it as often as I wish I could. That's why I need specific details.
The 2 places that I would have in mind are, I believe it's a family forged in Mithril to the north, so I would assume that'd be the dwarves. To the north, and the Merchant Valley Sands to the south.
Ah. Yes, those I could look into for sure.
And hopefully that those seem like big enough places that you might be able to find the stones, or maybe her dad as well.
It's a possibility. Although, given your heritage, was it your mother or father that was the elf?
Father.
My bet would be more alongside the Legalia Empire. But they are close enough to the Mithril-born clan that perhaps looking in that location, I could find something, some hint, some clue.
And there's also what'll that be? There's still 3 toes in any other place, so who knows? Maybe another clue will turn up if he looks for something else. You guys know my vote.
Finding Jimothy's family is more important. Or at least more pressing.
I don't always want to be the center of attention.
Well, you already know my answer. I follow whoever leads. So
Whoever has the most interesting story to tell.
perhaps could be you, could be Lloyd, could be Jim. Either way, I've been writing some notes about all of you.
I'd love to read those notes at some point.
Maybe. Thorpe takes one more shot. Last one.
And then you're calling it quits.
Yes. Then, wouldn't want you all poking and prodding at my personal demons.
Ah, a metaphor.
Alcohol. Alcohol is the truth serum for most.
Well,
It's also the fear of tongues, too.
I'll begin looking into Trina's request, then, if that is what you all wish.
No, not really, but
That's fine with me.
Making this quite hard, Jim.
See if there's a toe somewhere where the location of my father might be. Like I said, I don't even know if he's still alive or not, so it may not even be worth it to look into it.
Well, I'll look into both when I have time. Plus, depending on how long it takes you to get from location to location, I may have plenty of time to do both of those things. But then you'll owe me a favor.
I'm sure you're just as worried about your dad as my daughters are worried about me.
Oh,
Yes, well, it's been years, so I don't really have high hopes.
it's also lovely.
Are you
A
okay?
father trying to save his children. A child searching for their long-lost daddy. Oh, it takes me. Oh,
Whitlock, where are we staying?
he takes a shot himself and he goes, the Guild Association has booked you all private rooms at the local tavern. It's just on the opposite side of the inn. In fact, he points to a hallway. You head down that way and you'll be at the front desk and you can get your room keys. So turn in whenever you like. And I'll be sure to try to come and visit with you all in the morning. Try to help you get underway. Because it sounds like you all's got lots of walking to do.
Thank you. Good evening, gentlemen. It's been interesting. I shall see you all tomorrow.
Good night, Trina, my fair maiden.
She like makes a face, like, okay.
Fair maiden, huh?
I haven't been called a fair maiden since for a very long time.
Noted.
Right. So she's gonna walk off.
Okay.
Well, Carlisle,
Hi.
or Sir Carlisle, what would you like to be called?
Saxon,
Since we are-
fine. Lord Saxon, fine. Lord Saxon Carlisle's my favorites. But you can also just call me Saxon, now that we're partners.
Well, Saxon, what do you intend to do now that you're here?
Well, my main goal was to seal the deal on our partnership. I'll have all the documentation for the Obsidian Oath to be an official organization upon my arrival back in the Empire. But I'll make sure to leave out your names until later. Unless you have code names you'd like to use.
I'm good.
Well, there is a name that I tend to use when I'm constantly on the move, but I guess it wouldn't be necessary at this moment.
Correct. We can always add you on as founders after a while.
Very well.
But that is my plan. I don't particularly like Dinosaur Island. I feel like leaving the settlement is almost like asking for some large creature to come to dinner, but you're the feast.
You
You're
sure?
all too familiar.
You sure you don't want to come on the hunt with us?
Oh, quite. The griffin was terrifying enough. I can't imagine a creature twice that size.
Well then, you're missing out on some great fun.
Yes. And it helps me when I'm in a relaxed environment to peer into the future. So, perhaps when you're all done here, we could establish a meeting back on the mainland, and if not, I'll reach out to you in some way to figure out where we can rendezvous, so that I can tell you what I found.
Sounds like a plan.
And to
Unopposed.
reiterate, we are looking into the details of Trina's father's whereabouts, if he's still alive. And while we're at it, I'll look into that same source, that same locality, for one of Jimothy's toes.
That's fine.
And maybe I'll get a hint or a whiff of the stones as well.
You do what you can.
As Thorpe just chuckles to himself.
Well, I think I'm going to take a page out of Trina's book and go ahead and see myself to a good night's rest. He pours 2 shots and takes them in quick succession. That one will put me over the edge. Well, gentlemen, it was wonderful catching up and hearing your heroic tales and deeds. If I don't see you tomorrow before I leave the islands, good luck on your journey.
Thorpe nods and finishes his last shot. All right. So then, we got a long, I would say, how long would you think? Next couple of weeks? Next few days?
Yeah, I'd say so. Traversing, trekking through these dangerous bits of terrain. What, this coral, these volcanoes, and this veil.
Yeah, the Rotten Veil. As Saxon walks away, he actually exits the tavern to the main streets of the settlement. And Whitlock takes his glass of ale and comes to sit with you all. If you're all looking for them hags that you've talked about, your best course of action probably be to hit up the one that lives at the mountain, although the mountain is quite dangerous on its own. Then perhaps the Coral Highlands from there, since it's up north. I would save the Rotten Veil for last, because that's gonna be the toughest of them all.
So you said volcano, coral, then veil?
That'd probably be the way I'd go.
Okay.
Fair enough. Expert hunter. He would know the environment better than us.
True, and if you want, I could possibly see about looking into any guides that might be able to take you.
People would come with us to go hunting for hags?
Well, I mean, they're used to hunting bigger game, so why not?
I'm not opposed to that at all.
I'll talk to my contacts, although your best bet probably only going to find someone for the Coral Highlands, maybe someone to take you close to the mountain range, and I highly doubt I'll know anybody that wants to go to the Rotten Veil.
Oh, is there any, so since we're, what, A rank now, is there any contracts we can do while we're out there?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of them. Head to the Hunters Association tomorrow. Say, go to the counter and see if there's anything. Usually A rank takes you to the Coral Highlands as well, so there's bound to be something.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. How's the tavern looking now? Is everybody still quiet?
They're coming back into their own world, essentially.
Okay. And Thorpe just pulls out his journal and begins writing. Learned a lot today. Perhaps we may not get killed tomorrow.
Well, that's always a lovely thought. That's not dying.
Yeah, what's up with that? That's the first time that's ever happened. Not dying tomorrow. Sounds nice.
Sounds like a lovely time. I'm surprised that you two...
Although, I die a little inside every day.
I'm surprised.
You might have an entire realm of oppressed people that would love to not be under someone else's influence every day. So, I know you're worried about your family, but there's always others out there that have it worse.
Is Jeff doing this?
Yeah.
He's divulging backstory.
I find it hard to believe that there's people that have it worse than being tortured by hags.
Oh, you could be experimented on by mad wizards all the time. How about that? But I'm not here to try to place the this group has it worse than you. Just a thought.
Hold on. That was very specific.
Oh wait. You were there, weren't you? Yeah, I divulged a bit of this before.
Thorpe stops writing, looks at both of you, and crosses his legs, and is just observing now.
I don't remember hearing about the tortured by wizards part.
Oh, more of experimented on is the right word, but that's news to me as well. I didn't know they were actively doing that to our own kind. But it's been a while since I've been back home. Not that I'm aware, but you do know about my situation.
Yeah. True. I guess.
So...
Stop trying to guilt trip you guys.
It'd be nice.
That's all.
I feel
everything just seems so petty in my position. I can't help it.
Oh, yeah, this whole world, well, this whole land seems petty to me at the same time, but I mean, I'm still trying to make the best of it.
Every step, every breeze that hits my uncovered feet reminds me.
So, Jim, as Thorpe pulls out his spectacles and puts them on while looking at you, how does it feel so far having one of your toes one step closer to saving your entire family?
It's one step closer, but having to choose one of them and them knowing that I didn't choose them first almost breaks my heart as much as not grabbing one.
Yes, I can imagine. They're all your blood, they're all your babies. And you have your wife.
And at this point, I don't care if they resent me for saving them last, as long as I save them.
Indeed.
It's not about me.
Hang in there. They will be free soon enough.
Who should I save? I just don't know.
And it is definitely a peculiar question to ask me. They are your children.
And my wife.
Indeed. And if you were to save your wife first, she will resent you indefinitely. There's a chance.
But then she would be able to care for the others as I save them.
Well, here's a question. What kind of personality does your wife possess?
We named all of our girls after flowers because that's what she reminds me of.
So, if anything, I feel she would want you to save the children first and leave her for last. She would understand. Even though they are all equally being tortured, I'm sure she would be strong just like you for the children. So it's best to choose the children first. But it's just a matter of figuring out what child to save first.
Do I go with the oldest as they know what's going on more? But basically forsaking the youngest.
It's quite interesting, the mind of the humanoid, the brain, how it works with trauma. People deal with trauma differently at different ages. I would say it would stick longer with the oldest.
Just some really good stuff.
And
Some
it will go
really
away
good RP.
a little quicker with the youngest.
Low-key upset
imagine
Kirsten went to
since
bed, though.
The oldest have known life without torture the longest. The youngest will probably be happier to not be in it. Because it's mostly what they've known.
It's quite a gamble.
Doesn't matter, I'm gonna save them all.
Right. Stay strong, Jim. Just like the rest of your family. And what about you, Lloyd? How do you feel about receiving the information of your origin?
Oh, I might not really be a person like I think I am. It's a copy. Just a manifestation to someone else to use over and over again. I mean, I still feel like me. Doesn't change that. It's just...
It's just a matter of more and more of your past unfolding in front of you.
Exactly.
Now, what do you think you will do once you find out everything about your past?
Oh, not quite sure. Just... Not quite sure. All I know is this individual that contacted me, Rick, so I just want to work with him as much as possible. No, I said that name out loud. But... I'm not supposed to say that name out loud. But yeah, just work with him as much as possible to see if...
Don't worry, no one's looking at us, and I look around and literally everybody's watching us.
Well, they're not the ones I'm worried about.
Seems as though breadcrumbs are being left for you. The more you find these space rocks, the more your past will be revealed of you.
Correct.
Make no mistake, my friends. I know what you guys are doing for me. After I'm done with my quest, I will help you with anything that you guys need.
Well, unfortunately, I do appreciate the gesture, but unfortunately, all I need is my research. And of course,
I'm quite the case study for you.
Oh, all of you are. I just need to get more information out of Trina. All three of you are quite the interesting bunch. And I believe that is why my lord assigned me to you. And I have no regrets. I find myself going fond to you bunch. Enjoying our journey so far, despite the hardships.
Well, what say you guys to getting some rest and going and murdering some animals tomorrow?
I'd say murdering, but...
Oh, hunting, same thing. Culling, murdering, hunting,
Feel like people will have ill thoughts that we're saying such terminology.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, well. Let's fulfill some contracts and murder a hag. We can say that. That's fine.
Yeah. Sounds
All
like a
right.
plan.
I guess let's head back. Head to the tavern. Get some rest.
Okay. So Trina left probably about 10 minutes before you guys did. So Trina, you're all settled in your room. But as you open your door to your room, Trina, you see standing... Oh, no. You see standing at the open window, kind of leaning out and looking up at the sky, you see the red glowing body of Kai. I was hoping I'd see you.
You missed an interesting evening.
I'm sure I did.
You feeling okay?
Not at all. I understand that you all saved this boy, Kai. But Kai is no more. And quite frankly, I don't believe that I owe you anything. But I wanted to give you thanks. Thanks for releasing me. And perhaps, maybe our paths will cross again. Because one of those hags that you seek happens to be the one that I think sealed me into that boy in the first place.
Well, maybe we can work together to bring her down then. What do I call you if you're not Kai?
I don't think that your intentions are aligned with mine. But maybe if you get there in time, because I plan to start right now. And yes, forget Kai. Forget everything that you knew about him. His legacy died thousands of years ago. You can call me Thermath.
Thermos?
Thermath?
Thermath?
He turns around and you can see the glare that he's giving you.
No, Thermath.
Thermath. Gotcha.
And let us hope that we never cross paths as enemies. Because Kai didn't understand his abilities, but I know full well what I'm capable of.
Then I hope we don't meet as enemies.
He hops up on the windowsill, getting ready to jump out, and he turns around.
Tell the others that they were amusing. And definitely tell Thorpe that he should watch his back with whom he serves.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
And he gives you a wicked grin, and as he jumps off the windowsill, his body disintegrates into ash, and he's gone.
I guess I will rush back out of my room to go see if they're still in the bar and tell them what happened.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be essentially when you leave, and as you come out, the tavern is connected via a hallway, and the hallway is not very long. It's probably less than 20 feet in length before you get to the front desk of the tavern. So as you come rushing onto the other side of the front desk, you see the rest of your group walking your way.
Guys, Kai just peaced out.
Say what?
Where'd he go?
Well, Thermath, I guess, is what his actual name is. I guess Kai's gone. Whatever demon was inside him is taken over.
Interesting.
And I look right at Jim and I said, he's hunting one of the hags.
Good.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It seemed like he's going after her right now, or one of them right now.
Good.
But I'm not sure if that means you get your toe back if
I'm
the one he's going
finding
after.
the toes, you know? Like, if he kills her and then I have to find the toe there, then great.
Who says it's there?
It might not be, then oh well. You're on to the next hag. Or she'll hide it somewhere else.
You seemed very blasé about that. It didn't sound like a good thing.
I promise you, one thing about these hags is their game won't be ruined. Only complicated. So I'm not worried about him ruining any plans of hers. That would be shocking.
Oh, you seemed confident.
And both of us seem to have quite a few similarities.
Thorpe, he said, watch out for who you're serving.
Wonder why he would say that.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because the person you worship, or the thing you worship, is the something of either hate, lying, lust. Like, that's like, they feed off of that shit, don't they?
She kind of looked at Thorpe curiously, and she's like, do you worship him, or do you work for him? Or is it both?
It is... I would
Careful how
say...
you answer this. You don't want to be sucked down right now.
That is to be determined. But I did pledge my loyalty to him. So it is that. A pledge. And I do owe him a lot for saving my life.
Well, Thermath gave the warning to be careful, which I doubt you actually need.
I'll definitely keep my eyes peeled as he winks.
Well, that was disturbing and not what I wanted to before I tried to go to bed. I think I may need another one of those shots.
Very well.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the hay.
I'm gonna walk back with Jim after I take my shot.
Okay. Trina runs down the hallway. The barmaid is cleaning up the table, and she picks up the bottle, and it's got enough for one shot left.
Ooh.
It's almost like someone saw into the future and how much you would need.
Thanks, Saxon.
You see a note that's on the bottle that says, "You're welcome, my dear." I'm just joking.
Carlisle.
That would be badass.
And then I would have been mad.
Nah, he can't tell what you're saying. He can only see that you're saying something.
What if I look up?
I would have done that.
What if I look up and I just slowly mouth "fuck you" so that he can actually read my lips?
In that case, yeah. You see a note on the bottle that's an unhappy face.
The unhappy under the other note because
Yeah.
you knew the reaction.
I love it.
This whole conversation written in notes.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like,
It's canon. It has
Dude,
to
I'm
be
like-
canon.
Okay.
dude, I'm like imagining like Jim just arguing with someone and like flicking him off.
So Trina's over here. She takes her shot. She sees the thing, or sees the note that says, "You're welcome, my dear," and she's like, "Fuck you!" And then she rips the next one. It's an unhappy face. That was uncalled for. And then she says,
And I'm just gonna storm off.
"Okay, it's
Thorpe
officially
does it.
canon."
Yeah, Thorpe is just standing there, like he saw that happen. He's like, okay, and he just
Little
looked.
troll. Ethan playing Saxon.
Shut up. I'm not supposed to know. I'm just joking. That's not the case. I did talk to him though. If it wasn't for the time difference, he'd be back with us for sure. But being in Hawaii and being that it's 2 o'clock when we start playing, he's like, I can't.
Yeah, that's rough.
I'm always doing something. So, but I did tell him, I was like, I could give you an NPC. You tell me kind of what their goals and stuff are, and I'll play them, and then I'll let you know what the party does. So, in the works on that.
That's it. He's just gonna say, I just want my NPC to mess with them, and that's it. Like, that's just his main goal.
He's probably gonna be like, their goal is to shit in Trina's bag of holding.
Oh God.
Man, reincarnation
I'd
of
be
Mong.
so mad.
Reincarnation of Mong just
Dude, as
following
long
the party.
as
man.
Zuzu's around, this is a problem.
Well, it ain't too far from what could happen now.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Lord.
I'm just joking. He doesn't pop out.
His bitch ass.
Now that you said that,
All the possibilities are coming into place.
so everybody's going to the tavern now, or going back to.
Yeah,
Green rest.
they're going to sleep.
All right, as we're like walking up there, I'm like showing some visual discomfort.
You alright there, pal?
So I see this picture still up here.
I need to. How do you say? Drop the kids off at the pool.
What?
I've got to take a crap.
Yes,
Got to turn
I'm sorry.
spoken out.
Yes, I need to use the little man's room.
What picture are you
So-
talking about, Lloyd?
No, I think I picked up I clicked on the picture of the turtle on accident.
Oh,
Or I can't remember if you put that up or not.
Already popped it up.
yeah, I
Okay.
popped it up. Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I was like, so what are the sleeping arrangements? You guys know?
Trina's in her room.
Bed.
Yeah, everybody's got their own room. You just have to get the key from the front desk.
Perfect. All right, I guess I'll grab my key when I get done.
I
I'll
get
see you guys in the morning.
Murder the person. And that is how you fuck up a DM's campaign person.
By taking a shit?
No,
I'm taking the shit.
murdering the
Yeah.
key person.
Oh,
Just murder everybody in the town.
that would be interesting. I've never had anybody try to do something like that, so.
Ugh.
Who knows what powerful NPCs I'll make up on the spot?
Yeah, that's the problem, right?
Right. Ugh.
If Brady has a picture for someone, just kill that person, and then it'll make it really fun for him. He probably didn't have any plans or anything written out for it. I know you don't actually write anything out, but I know you have plans.
Always.
Plans. Oh, I guess I'll see you all in the morning. I'm guessing you will all be asleep by the time I get back.
Most likely.
All right. Very well. And Thor was like holding his stomach and like trying to find a bathroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Did Kevin just
So
roleplay diarrhea?
I think so. Be right back. So as you go to take your shit, you walk outside.
Yes.
And the clouds are covering the sky, so it's somewhat difficult to see. But you can see that there are people that are walking around, not a lot of folks. And you also can tell that the guard coverage doesn't seem to be there. It does look like there are folks that are kind of patrolling the streets that are essentially volunteers, maybe. Based on what you know about normal law enforcement. And they're going around and just kind of looking up and down the alleyways and coming back, and they keep following the same paths. But eventually you pick up on the pieces that they don't take a look at. And soon you're able to find a dwarven, or a group of dwarves that are in the back alleyways that are actually fist fighting each other. They're all shit-faced. They're all slurring their words. They're not even making complete sentences, but they're fighting using their dark vision essentially to not give away their location. And they're trying to keep it as quiet as possible, even though they're talking shit. So they're whispering to each other like, "Aye, you fucking cunt," and you know, and you just hear them beating the shit out of each other. And eventually, all but one of them get knocked out, and the last one is laying there or sitting there, and he sits down and he starts breathing heavy, and he's like, "Oh, I fucking knew that I was the strongest of us all, and I tried to tell you fuckers, and now I've got to try to get you all back home safe." So there are 4 dwarves, all laid out in the middle of this alleyway, all passed out, drunk. There is blood everywhere already from the fighting. There's bruises all over their torsos from where they were getting punched and stuff like that.
Okay. So, can anybody? You say it's like completely dark right now, right? So nobody can see me.
Correct. And what little moonlight you have does make it somewhat bearable for you to see. Otherwise, I don't think you have dark vision, right?
I have with the hood.
Oh, that's right. With the hood, you have it now. Yeah. So anyway, it doesn't matter what the lighting is. You can see, and when you look around, like, this place is completely closed off in terms of like the main street. It's kind of like zigzagged into the middle.
So just in case, I'm going to use my last first level slot to disguise self.
All right.
As one of those dwarves, if I can see their face.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
you see that they're dwarven, and you can see some of the features, and without getting up close, you make your best guess and shape your face.
Okay, so I guess what would I roll at? Private GM roll?
Yeah, make sure all of this is private GM roll. I don't think you have to roll for disguise self, though.
Oh, yeah, it's just to use the slot.
Correct. And since you're able to look at them, yeah.
Alright.
Do you want to make yourself a foot shorter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're definitely a tall dwarf, but you know, not
more
unheard of.
stocky.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously,
Yeah.
not as thin as I usually am. Alright, and then I will walk up to the dwarf that is asleep.
Yeah, they're all asleep. One of them's asleep because he just, he's the last one standing. The rest of them are knocked out, like asleep that way.
Okay. So I'm going to walk up on that one. Stand there for a bit. Well, stand there for a bit, and then like squat down and like do like a Michael Myers head tilt.
Okay.
And I will pull out one of my cooking knives and shove it square up his jugular and cover his mouth.
Okay. Yeah, because of him already being pretty much exhausted from being shit-faced and just fighting with these guys for so long, no need to roll anything. Plus, they're just normal, common folk. So you slit his jugular, and you hear him. You see his eyes like open up wide real quick as he looks at himself, essentially killing himself.
And then as I'm pretty much waiting for the life to leave him, I'm just looking him deep into his eyes. And like do like with the same hand that has the knife in the hand, I like do the little shush gesture to my mouth.
Okay.
And then I proceed to try and pluck out his eyeballs.
All right. Roll me a medicine check, private GM. So you do it, but it's not pretty. You end up taking the eyeball and you try to like pry it out, but it's the blood that's on your hand is making it hard to grip it. So you essentially like stick your fingers in the back and you rip it out all to where you have an eyeball that's somewhat squished and the stem is dripping with blood.
And as I look at the eyeball, while he's still like, the life is still leaving him, I just plop it in my mouth and start chewing.
All right. You chew on it and it bursts like a cherry tomato in your mouth. All the different juices, whatever the fuck they might taste like.
I don't know.
No idea. And I never want to find out, so that's where the realism stops. But you start chewing on it and you watch as his other eye, still intact for now, you watch as the life fades.
Alright, and then I proceed to take out the other eyeball.
Right? And it'll be the same roll.
Okay.
So yeah, this one you take out. Same thing, like your hands are covered in blood, so it's really hard to get a good grip.
Mm-hmm. Then I do the exact same things. Plop it in my mouth, chew, and then as he's finally dying, I try to quickly dissect him.
All right. Roll me a medicine check. And we'll do this at disadvantage since you're trying to make it quick. 15, not bad. You're able to take out, we'll say, his pancreas and part of his spleen before you see the light of a torch coming from the alleyway.
All right. I wrap it up and then I hurry up and wipe my hands on the shirt.
Okay.
And then speed off.
All right. Do you keep the knife with you?
I wipe the knife on his shirt and everything and keep it on me.
Okay. Do you speed off? Roll me a stealth check. And I believe you've got advantage in the thing. Actually, I don't know if you get anything extra from your cloak, unless you get multiple things.
If anything, I can expend a charge to teleport.
Yeah, if
in
you
the
have a
shadows.
charge, you could do that, and I would give you advantage. I don't. Do you have a charge left? I think you do. You should. Yeah. So yeah, you get advantage on that then, and you poof right out of existence, not even leaving a trail. And as you're running down the alleyway, you can hear the gasp. Oh no! And you can start hear a whistle being blown.
Alright,
But because of your because of what you had noticed before with the patrols, you're able to dip into different alleyways to get out of the way of the oncoming patrolmen, and get back to the tavern before anything happens.
And while I'm also like almost at the tavern, I will release concentration, go back to my regular form.
Okay. And yeah, add a dwarven spleen and pancreas to your inventory. Otherwise, I'm going to pop you back in the main chat.
Aye, aye.
So you rest for 10-15 minutes-ish. You have your spell slots back, so now you can cast Scry. If you would go ahead and cast the spell for me so I can read it.
Do you want me to do it privately?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if I remember how to do that. Hold on.
And you said you're looking at Mal?
Don't I? Let me see. There's
a little drop down.
Right?
No, on the chat log,
No.
there's a drop down menu that allows you to change your
public role. Got it. Got it.
So change that to private GM.
Right. Oh, hold on. I have to do a short rest.
You can, I think you can click it without actually expending the spell slot. That would be fine.
Oh, can you? Because it said that I couldn't because I didn't have the spell slot. Hold on. Let me try it again.
It let me do it, so you're good.
Oh, it wouldn't let me.
Oh,
Would
must
it?
be because
Did it
I'm
actually do it?
the GM. I've got it, but
Oh.
so let's see. You see, the target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target. So familiar, they get a -5.
And I know Mal very well.
Yeah. And then
And I have some of his hair, let's just say.
oh, we're just saying that you have some of his hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, I don't need the thing in order to cast it, right? Because that's part of my warlock magic.
Oh, wait. No, I think even if it's warlock magic, you still have to have that.
Well, I have some of his hair.
Okay, so we actually, I don't think you, because you just got that spell when you leveled up to 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you will have to find a focus worth that much.
I guess I'm confused because I thought you said I didn't need the focus stuff.
You don't have to prepare your spells because you're a warlock. So like all your spells that you've picked, they're always available to you. That was the one thing we were doing incorrectly. But anytime a spell says that it has a material component and it has a gold value attached to it, you have to have that in order to do it. It's just like your summon shadow spawn. You have to have a gem worth 300 gold. So
I guess I was confused then because I thought you said I didn't need the focus stuff, but
no, you need that
the
stuff.
whole having the prep stuff then. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes
the
sense.
prep stuff is what I was saying. You don't have to prepare your spells. You always have them prepared. But yeah, you got anything that's got gold value to it, you'll have to do so. But I'll keep that same roll, so when you do get a focus that you can do that, you'll be able to cast that spell. And he failed his save, so.
Okay.
But you attempt the spell because you were just gifted it and realize, ah, shit, this doesn't work. And you realize that you need the material components necessary. But once you get it, it doesn't get consumed, so you'll be able to use that same one. You just have to go and find it.
Okay, that's good.
Okie dokie.
Do you call him Daddy when you talk to him?
Oh no.
Whoa, what the fuck?
No one calls me Daddy.
Yeah, but yes, Daddy. I'll do it. That's how Thorpe sounds whenever he talks to Moloch.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh my
yes,
god.
Daddy.
Oh my god, is that true?
Please tell me you call Moloch Daddy.
Hey, Demon Daddy. Hey, DD.
Hey, Daddy. Yes, I did what you told me to do.
Oh, you gotta have the attitude.
No, you hang up first.
Daddy,
You hang up first.
I took a drink of water, and that was a very bad idea.
Yeah, it was.
I should definitely make a fabulous character.
Oh my god.
You need to make a bard that uses that auto tune. Is what you need.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my god. Please.
Dude, that's like on the list now. Cause I got so many voices on this crap. Let me see, what else is here? What's this? What's this? Whoa. What the hell?
Is it rest time?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I took a long rest.
Unless there's anything that Lloyd and Three Toe Jim also want to do before they go to sleep.
I just want to look at the book I got off of Gerald's first character, the wizard thing. The Men in Black.
Oh, yeah.
I can still look at his spells and stuff and see what I can just decipher from it again, because I honestly forget.
Yeah, I forget also if you bought material components to... No, yeah, you can... Yeah, you'll have to go and spend material, or spend gold to get the material components, so I'll let you know what his spellbook entails.
Yeah,
actually, what I'll do is I'll just give you access to view his character sheet, and you can look at it if that works.
Do you use components, or do you have a focus?
I think he uses a focus, but since Agent J.
You need 50 gold to write your spell in or whatever.
Oh wait, hold on. Do you actually have it though? Because I remember when we swapped characters. No, he got kidnapped.
No, he definitely gave it to me before he left because he
thought he was
because he got a phone call.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He gave it to not Alfric. What's her name now?
Lloyd.
He gave it to Lloyd.
Going through the good
and then
surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then surprise, there's a fucking demon there. So
no one suspects the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody. Okay, in that case, yeah.
Brady, you know how we could have broke your campaign if we all hopped into the Earth portal? Boom.
The Earth portal?
Yeah, because right after he went into the wrong portal, we could have hopped all of us into Earth.
And then everyone thought we would think that we were LARPers or something.
Yeah, when our powers don't work on Earth, or...
And then we could meet Joe's friends IRL and whoop their ass.
I promise that group would destroy this group, unfortunately.
In
so
combat, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to do
a roleplay. It would not. This group would win. That group, they were level 5. I pitted them against the CR12 Wendigo, and they killed it.
Oh, that's impressive.
It was insanely impressive. Bear in mind that they critically succeeded on 2 death saves.
Oh, well, that definitely helps.
That would help, yeah.
My DMPC crit twice.
Oh, you had a DMPC, that doesn't count.
Well, there's only 3 of them.
Oh, it kind of counts. It half counts.
It half counts. But I play an artificer, so I'm super weak.
It doesn't count anymore.
Yeah. I crit him with Scorching Ray and he was vulnerable to fire, so... Anyways, if the rolls were different... I mean, I wasn't going to kill him with it, obviously. I gave him too much to handle, but...
I need a roll for HP, right? Like, take a rest?
Correct.
Okay.
Thorpe, same for you. Everybody click your long rest button. Recover your hit die. Use your hit die.
I'm gonna do just 3.
Okay.
That didn't work the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, I think you gotta click it 3 times. But just roll a d6 plus 3.
Oh,
there, you're good.
Gonna roll one more time.
Yeah, roll one more again. That should put you to full.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
We're gonna die on this island because of the hit point system we use, I think.
We'll see.
I'm almost certain.
In theory, now that it's 4 people, we can change it to half.
If we change it to half, that's a big difference. So, because I'm just like looking like, man, we're gonna have to go across the whole island. There's no way we're getting a full rest. I have 3 hit die. Yikes.
You just gained 3, which means that, let's see, that's a quarter, so you gained 2 more. There. I think you've got 9 left now.
I think you took away...
Did I?
Why do I have 1 now? I have 1 now, that's weird. That math.
Oh, I see. Whoops, I did it wrong. It's hit die use, not hit die have, so there.
Oh, weird. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean.
Now you've got 5.
Now we got 5.
3. I'll
Thank
do that
you,
for
gracious
everybody.
Toast.
The main reason for that doing the quarter instead of doing half was because of the fact that it was a 5-man group.
Yep.
Super easy to whoop ass. Now that we're to 4, we'll do, I've got it set to half. So you get half your hit die back on a long rest.
We'll be alright now.
Cool.
Cool. Jeff, do you remember?
I remember the king.
They were cool.
Okay. All right. So with that, you guys take a long rest. Pop us into the next day. And
we made it, guys, through another day.
Cool.
Another day.
Oh, God.
I don't know if he can do. I don't know if you can do that voice though, Kevin, because I swear to God, I will be laughing through the entire campaign.
Yeah, totally easy to keep immersion.
We told immersion.
Yeah.
Come on, Jimothy, you can do it. Pave the way, put your toes into it.
all right, so you guys all wake up, and as Whitlock had said, he's waiting out in the lobby area. He's currently got some pieces of paper, and he keeps flipping through them back and forth, essentially comparing them.
What do you have there?
Well, I went in early to the hunting commission because usually the best contracts get taken up right away, and I ended up scoring a couple, but I don't think I can do them on my own. but I thought maybe perhaps you all would like to take on one if you're sticking around for a bit.
I mean, yeah.
I've already signed up for one on my own, but they did allow me to go ahead and reserve these for the Obsidian Oath as a special thank you and a good luck on your first hunt. Because most of the time, if you're not there early, you get some of the weaker, more pitiful monsters. But these ones are pretty neat. I think you all would have fun with these. And some of them actually coalesce in the locations that you're headed to. So he hands the contracts over, and then as you're looking at the first one, he points at it. This one right here is in the Coral Highlands, exactly where you're headed to at some point in time. The creature in question is known as a Lugania, a flying creature that screams to the high heavens, could almost shatter your ears. But it's not the scream that you should be worried about. It's actually some ice blight substance that it infects you with, makes you slower.
Guys,
All in all, it's a beautiful creature.
Desperately need a way to deal with flying things.
It says Lugania?
Correct.
A nice creature?
Yep.
Sounds fun.
What do these things usually like go for, or reward-wise?
Well, this one here is an A+ rank, almost borderline S. But the reward should be roughly, I think it was around 300 platinum.
Okay.
Well, maybe you can get some metal wings from Wrench, Jim.
Ooh.
Here's a creature that's somewhat a hardship for B ranks, but this one seems to be a little bit stronger than most. It's called the Angelmath. Essentially,
what?
think of a Tyrannosaurus Rex from the olden days, but it can breathe fire.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean,
Hey, what?
Boy.
Sooth Christo.
What's a Tyrannosaurus?
Jesus to sue.
Have you not met Strahd before? I'm just joking. He doesn't say that.
Strahd a Christian?
No.
Question: do you guys have like an encyclopedia of the creatures you guys got here?
I believe you could go to the researchers and see if they can divulge some notes, but typically now that you're part of the guild, they don't like to give the notes to the hunters. They think it's cheating. Hunters should prove themselves by finding out the information from other hunters in the form of talking or hunting. But it's worth a shot.
Oh, okay. No, it's just it's a dinosaur island. I have no idea what this T-Rex or these dinosaurs are.
It's a beauty, but it's also a killer. Never forget that. Everything on this island, when you start hunting it, wants to kill you first.
Okay.
Awesome.
Now this one's a little bit lower. It's only 100 platinum because it's not as tough as the Lugania. But this one of my personal favorites. Never hunted one because I can't pull the trigger on it. I get buck fever real hard. This one's called the Gladius. Think of the Angelmath, but instead of also breathing fire, this one's got a sword for tail.
Oh, fuck. I want that sword.
And this is the best part. It can turn the sword into fire. I have seen this creature butcher many great hunters in my time. But that's also why it's worth 300 platinum pieces.
Is this also an A+ creature?
Correct. Borderline S.
Okay.
But then we got a couple low A rank, high B rank creatures that you could go after. You've got the Toby Kadachi. Not too bad, but normally I've noticed that lately they've been hunting in packs. So you might be fighting one or two of them at the same time. Maybe three, I don't know.
Now it's a B rank.
That one's a high B rank, low A. That one's only worth 50 platinum, though. And then there's another creature.
If we bring multiple, do we get, or is it only one?
No, if you were to defeat them out there, but the thing is, once you accept one of the contracts, I take the rest back to the commission counter. And then those contracts go out, so other hunters are going to be hunting those creatures. If you're able to snag them all, then that's perfectly fine. But the thing is that these creatures are sort of in a specified locations based on the contract. So if you read here, and he starts pointing down, it says location, base of the volcano for the Gladius, Coral Highlands on the northern edge. See, they're looking for specific ones, and they've actually got some pieces of information of which one it is they want. Like this one right here, one of its horns is missing, you see? Yeah, you can't just go out there slaying all the Gladiuses just because the contract is what you got. You got to find this specific one. And there is a penalty for bringing out the wrong one too, but sometimes it's easy to fake it. And he looks around and is like, but you didn't hear that from me.
So this Gladius has one horn, you said?
Correct, the one that they're looking for.
Okay, so there's what? The Laginia, an ice creature, Angelmath,
the fire-breathing T-Rex.
Gladius.
Where's that one?
That one's actually here. It's a bit south of where you guys met up with me. Oh,
So not
I almost
right
forgot
direction
this
where
one.
we're trying to
Yeah. But on the eastern portion of the forest, they're looking for a Zenoga. I think we saw one of them fighting the Toby Kadachi on the way in, if you remember. It had electrified fur.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yep, that one's an A rank. Straight up. And it's 200 platinum pieces. That could be on the way to the volcanic region.
So, yeah, so we're going to the volcano first. So, which one do you said? The Zenoga we find there?
Zenoga you'd find on the way, and the Gladius you would find somewhere around the base of the volcano.
Either one. The Gladius is the lower ranked one, right?
No.
It's A plus. Yeah.
The Gladius will get you 300 platinum pieces, and the Zenoga
is he the T-Rex?
He's the T-Rex with a sword tail.
And the one horn?
And the one horn.
Okay. I guess. So we'd see him on the base of the mountain, but we don't know where the hag is on the mountain, or the volcano, I should say. Just somewhere there.
Exactly correct. So while you're searching for her, you probably see this creature, and then you could fight it. Who knows? Maybe it'll make enough commotion the hag come and find out what's going on.
Okay. Before we go out and do this, is there a place we can get supplies?
Oh yeah, just go to R&R Workshop. They got everything you need.
Workshop.
You were there yesterday. You don't remember?
No, just the name. I'm just getting familiar with the name. That's all.
Yeah, talk to Wrench. He's the proprietor. Most of the time, he's the one running the place because Griff isn't always around.
And what does Griff do again?
Griff is the actual owner of RR Workshop. Wrench is one of his compatriots that helps him run the place.
Okay.
He's also one of the reasons they're able to make all this really wicked gear.
Okay. And then say we do kill these things, how the hell are we bringing these things back?
That's a good one. He opens up his coat pocket and he pulls out a flare gun and hands it to you. That's a one-time use. You'd have to be awarded more as you do more hunts, but I'll give you one of mine. I get 3 a week.
Okay.
Yeah. Typically, once you start getting more reputation and start showing your devotion to the hunting association, they're gonna award you with easier ways to transport your kills. Otherwise, you gotta figure that all out on your own. And I'll tell you right now, it's gonna take at least 3 carts for Gladius to get hauled all the way back here.
What about the Zongano? How many carts?
The Zenoga, I'd say probably 2. It's a little smaller than the Gladius.
And it's going on the way.
Well, it's a good thing we have this flare, huh?
Drop.
Okay.
Drop. Drop.
I drop it.
Rosie. Rosie has.
Oh wait, I'm not Snoopy anymore.
Yeah, you're not.
Do you guys missed something huge about Snoopy? We'll talk about it later, but.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
What, it's Christmas light?
No, I guess
no.
Snoopy responded to commands, like basic dog commands, unwillingly. So like anytime anybody asked him to drop or sit, or he did it no matter what. And nobody ever did it except for Brady.
Oh my god.
What was that?
What the fuck was that, Kevin? Oh. Okay, now I know what it was. I only heard the ass end.
The beginning was just like.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
It was like it was all into one like second. Like it was all combined.
Hey, hold on, guys. I'm about to be sneaky.
You got these Looney Tunes shits. Alright, so what we'll do, since we're coming up on session end time, is I'll give you guys the week, or I'll give you guys until, let's say, Monday, to figure out like which contract you want to choose. And in the same time, be thinking about anything that you would like to possibly have commissioned by Wrench in terms of like either getting a artificer weapon or an enchantment done to a piece of gear that you have already. And
with the previous kill?
Correct. With the previous kill, so you've got like Basil Geese and Nargacuga. So
like
I think I've got I think I do have a catalog. I'll try to get it to you tomorrow. But be thinking, because more than likely the gear is going to be enough to make like one item. So be thinking of who's going to get it. And yeah, if there's any other resources that you're wanting to purchase before going on your journey, because it is going to be a fairly long journey. Going through the woods to get to the nearest base of the mountain is 36 miles, but you've got all that forest in between you. So that's probably at least 2 days of travel, thanks to Jim's aspect of the elk. And that also is determined also if you run into anything on the way. Roll tables! Gotta love them.
Just treasure chest every time.
Treasure chest every time. Get that shit out of here. But yeah, so as you guys are looking through the contracts with Whitlock, he hands them all to you. Well, whatever one you pick, just make sure you go and give it to the guild counter, and they'll mark you down as the official owner of the contract. And then they'll have the other ones taken from you so that they can give those to other hunters. And then from there, I could meet you all at RR's workshop to give you a little bit of a lay of the land.
That'd be great, thank you.
No problem. Well, you all definitely take careful consideration of what these contracts mean. Just because you're A-rank hunters doesn't mean that it's going to be a cakewalk for you to defeat something that's A+ after all. I mean, I'm an S rank and I still have trouble with A ranks, but I also work alone.
What was the Narakuga thing we took down?
The Nagakuga was an A rank.
And the other one?
Actually, let me look. Let me make sure.
Nargacuga was a C and Basil Geese was a...
Yeah, Nargacuga was a rank. And then the Basil Geese was an S rank.
Okay.
Ooh.
But keep in mind, I messed up the rule, or I've got new rules for these creatures too.
Yeah.
You got new rules, or you're gonna use the correct rules?
Both.
And we aren't just going there just for the hunt. We're
So,
going there for the...
You're telling me he's... Because you didn't use legendary resistance one time, you added more to legendary actions?
No,
I think he's saying he's using the rulebook that came with the...
Yeah, I found a Monster Hunter rule book.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's got different rules of how to run these monsters. So it doesn't... Most of these creatures don't have, like, the legendary actions and things like that. They changed it. They did something different to make it more Monster Hunter feel.
For these guys, gotcha.
Correct, yeah. Some of them do still have legendary resistances, though. But the actions are different. Yeah.
So that you don't hit them with one hold monster and one roll
and then just
makes
whoop their ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, you guys think about that, and then I'll make sure to have that all ready to roll for next session for sure. And then if you have a shopping list, you can send it to me on either Facebook or Discord or text me. It doesn't matter.
Should we look into this module as well to see what we need? Like, would it provide us an idea of what we need to do to take these things down if there are, like, other rules involved?
With my vast knowledge.
Or should there be, like, a shop we can look into, like a page?
To know the rules?
I guess it really... Do you want to know the rules? I don't mind telling you, but it...
I'd just like to see the shop options and, like...
Yeah, I have to find... So I've got the loot
I don't know,
table.
I'm kind of deciding, do I want it to be a surprise? But in real life, you
it would
do know the rules of physics.
I'm leaning towards, like, if we just see the available items in the shop and just take what we can take with us.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll make the
NPC.
It'll be Wrench. I'll make it to where Wrench, you can double click on them, and it'll open up a shop panel. I'll populate that this weekend.
And we will be able to log in and look at it, or no?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So like you should see Wrench right there on notable NPCs. Rose. There's no one.
Oh, he's that dude.
Yeah.
I can click on him, like target him. That's it.
Yeah. I have to change his sheet around to make it, but I'll make it into a merchant sheet. And since you guys are in town, I'll keep it on the merchant's sheet, and you'll be able to talk or buy from them.
So, and then
I tried to target her and kill her, but it didn't work.
We met with Brogdon and Ignatius last time.
Yeah, Brogdon and Ignatius. And then you also met Wrench and Whitlock. And was there anyone else? No, not yet. You met with Nimra, but you didn't see Nimra. You just heard Nimra.
Nimrod. Yeah.
We're besties.
So I'm gonna end the stream, and I will be right back. Alrighty, so the monster hunting is getting underway. Yeah. More than likely, because of the disclaimer I just gave them, I bet they fight the Angelmath or the Zinogre. I personally hope that they fight the Zinogre because I like the Zinogre a lot. But we'll see. We'll see. Either way, it'll be fun. I've got a map for the Ancient Forest, and it looks like I need to get one for the mountain area and the Coral Highlands, just in case they do fight the Lugania. Which the Lugania is my absolute favorite monster in Monster Hunter World. Only with the Gladius coming close behind. Like a T-Rex with a sword for a tail? Come on now. But anyway, that'll be next week. They should be fighting that. Should be fun. Because, yeah, this whole island is meant for them to just literally go out and just kill shit. That's what this island's meant for. Meant for them to come here, fight things when they want to fight things, and get rewarded for it. Because, yeah, we are a very heavy RP group. So eventually, I'm hoping that they ask for some sort of, like, teleport mechanism. Or maybe Lloyd learns teleport, and they can just come back here whenever they please. But until that happens, this will have to do. So... thank you everyone for coming out. Hopefully you had a good time, and until we see you next week,